going to make some strawberry puddings, and this is a lighter version. So instead of using cream in my puddings, I'm going to be using some cashew nuts. It's a fantastic substitute. Now we're going to start with our strawberries. You want the freshest, ripest strawberries. Look how plump these beauties are. You'll need 500 grams of strawberries for this recipe. So for 400 grams of them, I'm going to cook them down and make a little compote. And I'm going to set them at the base of these glasses. So we're going to have two tones here. We're going to have the pudding, the cashew pudding, and then the strawberry underneath it. It's going to be super delicious. So we're just going to quarter our strawberries. So I'll need about 1.5 punnets for our compote. And just as I'm cutting these, you can see how gorgeous they are. They just smell good. You know how sweet these are going to be. And speaking of sweetness, I'm not going to add too much sugar to this recipe either, just because I really want to keep it light and healthy. And the natural sweetness of the strawberries is going to come out in this recipe too. So I'm just going to add a few more of these strawberries, quarter them, and they can go straight into a pot. So we'll just pick them up and they go. And a little bit of this sugar. So half of this sugar goes in here. To this I'll add the juice of half a lemon. We'll squeeze that in. And the heat goes on. I won't need to add any water to this. We just want to let that bubble away. Once the fruit starts to break down and it becomes quite saucy, you know it's ready. So this is going to take about 5 to 10 minutes. Oh, it smells like strawberry jam in here, and look at this vibrant colour, just perfect. Now I want this to set before I add the cashew cream to this, so we're going to add some agar, which is derived from seaweed. So this dessert, in fact, is 100% vegan too. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon of agar powder. You can find it from all your grocery stores now, health food stores, and you want to mix it in when this is quite hot. So you want it to be over 85 degrees. So just as it's boiling, add that in, and you'll see it start to thicken up immediately. I want this to be super smooth, so it goes straight into a blender. I'll just grab a spatula just to get all of that in there, and then I'm going to blend it, and you'll see how glossy this becomes. Look how smooth and silky that is, and that gorgeous vibrant red colour. So I'm going to pour this in the base of each glass. So after I pour this in, we do need to let it set, or almost set. So it's going to go into the fridge for about 1 hour. Okay, these have set in no time. Look at that. Now onto the cashew pudding. So in a blender, we're going to add our cashews. Now I like to soak these for a few hours in some warm water. It just softens them and gets them quite smooth as they mix with the milk. Now I'm sticking to almond milk. Of course, if you want to, you could use some cow's milk. And we'll pour half of this in along with our cashews. And whenever I'm blending, I always start with a liquid and then add the solids. It just blends more efficiently. So in with our cashews. To this, we'll add some cashew butter. You can also use almond butter for this. And we need a hint of sweetness, so the rest of that caster sugar. Lid goes on, and I'm going to blend this until it's super velvety smooth, almost like custard. All right, this is looking great. See how smooth this is? And it's fluffy, it's just right. So we're just going to pop this on top of our strawberry. See how it just sits on top nicely? That's what we're after. And you can see it really looks like whipped cream, but much lighter in flavour. All right. We are celebrating strawberries, so let's add some more strawberries to the top. I'm going to finely chop them. So we're just going to cut them into small little pieces. And I'm using strawberries today, but there's no reason why you can't do these with raspberries or even a mix of raspberries and strawberries. All right, that should do it. We're just going to sprinkle these over the top and see how they sit up there nicely. A final little sprig of green just to make those strawberries pop. And I'll just add a few little sprigs here and there. We know how strawberries go so well with mint. So just on top. And that is a beautiful dessert. It looks super decadent, but it's actually quite light. That lovely strawberry jelly on the bottom that we've made very quickly. And cashews, it's a wonder ingredient, go nicely with strawberries, and it really emulates whipped cream. Great little dessert.